Welcome to another week of Turnpike Sports. I am Dave Weishuttle, and as always, I am joined by producer and co-host Doug Weishuttle. Doug, what's up?
Last show of the year.
Yeah, I know. Is this the holiday edition of Turnpike Sports?
It's the New Year's edition, at least. But we made it through the first full year of Turnpike. This is really our second season, but it's first full year done under the belt. Some good things happened with the show, and better things are going to be coming with 2019.
Absolutely. I can't wait. And, boy, what a great weekend of sports, huh?
Oh, amazing. Especially the quintuple header on basketball.
Yeah, I call it my failed five-team parlay, which but I lost right off the bat. Boy, I thought the Knicks would keep it a little closer to the Bucks, but oh well.
Well, that you know what, in one way, I guess that's good because it could have happened at the last game of the night.
Yeah,
and that was
that would have been horrible.
Yeah, that was not a good thing to experience. If you sit through and have four games, and then all of a sudden that fifth one lets you down at the end of a long day.
It would have been bad.
Yep.
But like I said, it was a busy week, so let's take a trip down the Turnpike. And today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. Now get $15 off your first order of $30 or more when using promo code DRINK15 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Good sponsor for the holidays.
Oh, great sponsor. Never leave the house and get liquor right to you. Oh,
especially with New Year's Eve coming up.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, this is perfect. Drizzly is perfect right now for this week.
Exit 1.
All righty, we're going to talk some sports betting updates here. We knew this was going to happen at some point. These two things that happened over this past couple of days here, we knew this was going to happen. Let's do the simple one first. NBC. It's a simple one, but a surprising one.
Yep.
NBC filed domain names or bought domain names for a whole bunch of sportsbook style domain names. NBC Sportsbook, NBC Sportsbet, NBC Sportsbook, NBC Sports Betting. And
they did a lot of non.coms. I know there's a couple .coms, NBC Sportsbook and NBC, get the sports books, plural on both of them, .com. And then they have a whole bunch of non.coms, I guess, .net and .tv. I don't even know what some of these new things are anymore. Dot things.
I don't know why they didn't do the .coms on all of them, but
probably
this could be preemptive.
Well, a lot of people had them .coms already tied up.
Oh, really? With NBC's name in it.
NBC name. So a lot of this probably is protective. But, a lot of people are thinking, hey, is NBC going to jump into the sports betting business? Which,
wouldn't surprise me.
No, absolutely not. Everyone else is. The sports teams are. So NBC should.
Hey, NBC probably is looking at getting a skin in Jersey, Pennsylvania, something like that. I mean, if the Score can do it. And that may be why NBC started looking into it with what the Score did. First media company came in with their sports betting stuff. Now you have NBC doing it.
I'm waiting to see some trademarks filed.
Well, that's what happened just recently.
I know, but from NBC, I didn't see any trademarks filed for NBC, but I think you have a trademark story coming up, right?
Well, we have MGM filing the very first trademark for sports betting. I think it is anyway. I looked around. I couldn't find any other ones. And it's a weird one, too, because it's almost generic. It's almost generic,
too. It's being used. Everyone's using it. Moneyline, yeah. That's something you bet on. I'm surprised. Now, you're a trademark and copyright attorney. Do you think this one has a chance of going through?
It all depends on how they phrase the actual application. If it's for sports wagering services, it has a possibility because it's the name of a type of bet, but it's not the name of the service.
But it's very it's a fine
line.
Like you said, it's very generic in the sports betting world. Moneyline is something you hear all the time. It's any sports betting. By the way, there's going to be tons of opposition to this, right? Am I correct in assuming this?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
It should be very interesting.
There should be a lot of. There should be. It may not even make the first round going through the examiner, but
who knows?
Again, if they have it tied into actually their actual sports books, they might have a shot at trademarking the name of their sports books as Moneyline.
Yeah.
So
and by the way, I'm assuming that MGM has great attorneys who will draft this application in such a way that
they've already
would
drafted,
be wonderful.
It would probably get to.
I can't wait to read it.
It might go to the examiner, and the examiner is going to go and say it may be too generic. That might be one counter from the trademark office, and that's when you're going to see the lawyering come in.
I really like the trademark office because an examiner sometimes works with you. They tell you what's wrong with it. If you do something, you might get through, or if you take something out, it might get through. They really work with you. So I'm curious to see how MGM fares on this one.
Well, it's interesting to see that they actually did it. But speaking of MGM, you have Caesars possibly getting a deal with the NFL, becoming the first gaming company to make a deal with the NFL, which is kind of interesting, but it actually makes sense as what MGM and Caesars have been doing. Caesars already has deals with Horseshoe Baltimore, with the Baltimore Ravens. You got Harrah's New Orleans and the New Orleans Saints.
Okay.
And you also have Caesars as one of the partners of the Las Vegas Stadium. So this move actually with the NFL seems to have been coming down the road, but I think everybody was expecting MGM to actually do the deal first.
MGM has a deal with the NBA, the NHL, and Major League Baseball. So I got to tell you, I was assuming that they would have the NFL too.
Well,
it really surprised.
Again, it depends on whether or not Caesars makes an exclusive deal. Mm-hmm. If Caesars doesn't make this exclusive, you got MGM coming in too.
Sure.
And then you're going to have FanDuel and DraftKings and all these other ones doing it. Plus, also, it all depends on the other teams too. And speaking of which, this is why I brought up the New Orleans Saints deal with Harrah's New Orleans. Both the Saints and the Pelicans made deals with them.
Wow.
The Harrah's New Orleans is designated as the official casino partner of the Saints, while the Pelicans didn't give them that title.
So one thing I'm curious about is, let's stick with the NBA. They did a deal with MGM. I mean,
non-exclusive deal.
Oh, so it's not exclusive. So teams can go off on their own and do okay.
Well, also, I
was very curious about that.
The league can go off on its own too and get another sponsor.
Sure,
everything's non-exclusive. But this is anticipating sports betting in 2019 in Louisiana. It's going to be on the legislative docket for 2019 in Louisiana.
You know what? It's going to be on the legislative docket for a lot of states.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
But what Harrah's New Orleans became was not only they're going to have a Saints-branded area on the property itself. It's sort of like what Baltimore did.
Sure.
They're going to be the official post-game destination for people who attend the games. So it's sort of the similar deal as what the Ravens and the Horseshoe Baltimore did.
It's going to be a great place before the game. I think it's a new way to tailgate. I think, you don't want to stand out in the rain in front of a barbecue. Go into your team's designated sports book or casino area. I think it's great.
I think one thing that's going to happen at some point, and I've been seeing this. I mean, everyone's talking about TV and all that stuff. You're going to start seeing radio doing it too.
Sure.
They're doing the in-game broadcast. You're going to have to start seeing some of this stuff, or hearing it at least, I should say.
Aren't they kind of easing into it anyway? I know Al Michaels always makes reference to betting terms and the betting line and the point spread, and something happens on the last play. He's like, some people aren't going to be happy about that one, and you know who he's referring to. But I think they're probably going to be more overt this coming year.
I think it's really dependent upon how the networks want to handle it with the league. I mean, if the networks are fine with it, the league will go full bore on it because that just gives them more mentions. Every time you say something about a sports book, if they specifically mention something, they're going to get money.
Sure.
So it really depends on whether or not the networks want to work with that. All right. Let's end the year in Pennsylvania. They had a great year towards the end of the year when they launched the sports betting. A lot of the numbers were coming in. I think...
it's been 2 weeks old at the Hollywood Casino, which, by the way, I have no clue what town that is in. So Hollywood Casino, they took in $1.4 million worth of bets.
And that was just the first
2
sports
weeks.
book. And now we have two others launched.
Yeah, Rivers Casino in Pittsburgh. You have the Sugar House in Philadelphia. And I guess Parks is coming pretty soon.
Parks is going to open sometime in January. I would assume, I don't know about right around New Year's, but they've said in January it was going to be launching.
I was hoping it'd be this week. Boy, I thought they were going to be before Christmas. Just as an aside, that's the closest sports book to us.
Oh, yeah.
So I was hoping to go over on a Sunday and kick back, because Parks is a beautiful property. It's a great place to spend an afternoon, and it's got racing there. So, sports book would be amazing there.
Well, Pennsylvania ended the year also giving out a couple other licenses and the go-aheads. The Stars Group was approved for online and mobile in Pennsylvania, and their partners with Mount Airy Casino.
Okay, in the Poconos. Poconos.
And the big one that they gave permission to or approval for is sports betting at Valley Forge. Now, all 4 Philadelphia region casinos have sports wagering.
Can I just say something about the Valley Forge Casino? It's one of the weirdest setup properties I have ever been to. And explain this to me. I guess it's a C license casino. Is that what we're talking about here? Because when you go in, you almost kind of have to be a member. You almost pay a cover charge. You get a day pass, and you go through turnstiles. That's what was there when I was there.
Or if you're staying at the hotel there.
Okay, and that's fine.
That's part of it.
Okay.
That's part of it.
But no, it's very. Are they? I mean, I wonder if they're going to change that. Are they changing that now, or?
Don't know about whether or not they're going to get out of the Type C license,
I'm very curious.
It'll be interesting to see how big a sportsbook this is.
Yeah,
it's a FanDuel sportsbook.
Or if you have to pay the cover price to get into the sportsbook.
I think if they're keeping that day pass system kind of deal, I think you're going to have to pay to get in there, and that might be one of those things where everybody makes out. FanDuel gets a chunk. Valley Forge gets a chunk. The state gets a big full chunk.
If they stay that way, it doesn't.
Well, we'll see. I haven't heard them applying for a change in their license.
Exit 2.
The World Poker Tour is no more.
No more.
That was a great headline. It's not really accurate, but it sounded good. They got bought, basically.
They got bought, but you can still go to the World Poker Tour, right?
Right.
It'll still be called World Poker Tour?
Right now you can.
Okay. Right.
Blackridge Acquisition Corporation bought 2 companies that were basically owned by the same overall company, but they acquired, I should say. That's the correct term. They acquired Allied Esports International.
Esports.
And WPT Enterprises.
Wow. Okay.
They changed the names. They are now going to be known as Allied Esports Entertainment Incorporated. And they're going to be publicly traded.
Wow, interesting.
Yep. But everyone made mention in the poker world that when this was announced, poker was no longer in the name of the company, and there wasn't any kind of mention of what they're doing with the World Poker Tour after this current season, which is season 17.
I wonder if there is going to be a combination of these tours, Look, the casinos are always talking about, getting more millennials in, which probably is the same thing for the World Poker Tour. They want more young people in. If they do some kind of combination with, online and
World Poker Tour
esports.
World Poker Tour does a good job of getting the millennials in, because that's what's coming on to the telecast now. It's younger and younger people. But
sure.
Again, according to the press release, this is what they described the company. Will be an esports entertainment company dedicated to providing world-class in-person experiences, multi-platform content, and interactive services to the global video gaming community.
Wow. Interesting.
So poker's not even mentioned in this.
I'm sure they're going to really, was it the 17th, 18th season for World
17th.
Poker Tour?
Well, see, that's one of the things that actually kind of
it's a staple of poker entertainment. I can't believe they're going to get rid of it.
Season 17 of WPT is actually filming this season in the HyperX Esports Arena.
Yeah, okay.
So they've been using that location anyway. So I guess it kind of made sense to buy both properties.
Sure.
But they want to maximize use of that arena.
Mm-hmm.
They want to create an esports affiliate program, which is where probably the World Poker Tour comes in, because they can use that customer base with their affiliates.
Absolutely.
And this was interesting, I thought. They're going to be putting into practice using a traveling truck as mobile stages and a production studio for fan engagement.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
So they're going to be traveling studios.
That's interesting. I mean, are they doing that with the poker tour, or is that basically
it's all esports?
It's all esports. Okay. Well, maybe they'll implement the poker or kind of ease it in.
Like everyone's kind of thinking, what's going to happen with World Poker Tour after season 17? Is it going to, they could actually spin that off to somebody else. They could give it to World Series of Poker too. They could do some kind of deal there, or some other poker tour may come into this.
Exit 3.
fans of the UFC are going to be noticing a huge PokerStars presence inside their octagon.
Wow.
Especially later this month. I know they got a big fight coming up this weekend, as a matter of fact, and you're going to see a PokerStars symbol somewhere in the octagon.
I was going to say that. Are you going to see that PokerStars logo and people bleeding all over it?
PokerStars,
Probably, yeah.
PokerStars now is the first ever official poker partner of the UFC. Basically, I think this is a great deal for PokerStars, more so than the UFC.
Oh, absolutely.
They're going to have their brand extended to a 1.1 billion household base for MMA broadcasts. That's 1.1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. More than 160 countries, territories, broadcasts in 40 different languages. And basically, it's just an overlap of audience, because MMA fans and poker people they seem to like the same things. They seem to like each other's broadcasts, that sort of thing. And the one thing I realized looking at this story, this is not UFC's first time doing poker.
Mm-hmm.
There was, before the Black Friday thing, something called Ultimate Poker.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which was theirs. They owned it.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, so
interesting to know.
It's not really a big departure for UFC to partner with somebody, but I think maybe they jumped the gun calling it the first ever official poker partner.
Well,
I guess maybe it is.
I love that partnership. I love that partnership because, look, a lot of UFC matches are in casinos, and I think
now they are.
Adding that poker element to it, I think it crosses boundaries, and it's great.
Well, speaking of crossing boundaries.
Uh-oh, what do I do now?
Exit 4.
We're going to end with some NBA news.
Oh, okay.
The NBA has planned to play preseason games in Mumbai, India.
Wow.
First pro sports league to do this.
That's interesting. I wonder why India. They must have market research that says they have a big Indian following.
They also have one owner who is Indian.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. I cannot pronounce his name. If I try it, I'm going to just stumble over it. Vivek Ranadive. I'm pronouncing it completely wrong, and I apologize.
Ranadive.
He is the first Indian majority owner of NBA team. He owns the Kings.
Okay.
He bought him in 2013.
Well, I hope the Kings will be playing over there.
They are.
Good.
It's going to be the Kings versus the Pacers. 2 preseason games, October 4th and 5th, at the NSCI Dome in Mumbai.
Wow.
Yeah. The league even has an office there. I didn't even know they had an office in Mumbai. Wow. And they established it in 2011. They have an academy there in 2017. They started that for prospects.
They should have a big crowd there. I mean, from what I'm reading here, that some of the notes here, it just looks like they have a following, and they're really going to be embracing this. I think
they've televised 350 NBA games on the various channels in India, and they also had 78 of those have Hindi commentary. Hindi.
Okay.
So it's actually getting a footing there, if not, it has a footing already. So, but the owner of the Kings had already done this before. In 2017, last year, he streamed a regular season game on Facebook, available only to users in India.
Interesting.
And they also had 20 or more games of the Kings televised on India's Sony 6 network. Now,
will these preseason games be on Facebook too, or will they actually be televised?
These may be a combination. I mean, this Facebook stuff is MLB took advantage of it.
I wasn't crazy about it with the MLB stuff. But,
it succeeded. You're going to see more this year.
I know it was great, but I guess I'm of that age where I want to lay back and look at a TV without thinking and logging in somewhere.
Well, now with all those smart TVs, if you have Facebook if the Facebook app on your smart TV, you got all that stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So, alrighty, that was the last rundown of the year.
Yep, and I just want to remind everyone that today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $15 off your first order of $30 or more when using promo code DRINK15 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And don't forget to use Drizzly when you're getting your New Year's Eve stash.
Absolutely. I'm going to place an order as soon as we get off air.
Yeah, because for the holidays, liquor stores are crazy at times.
I love sitting back and they're just delivering it to me.
Now all you have to do is...
Because stores are crazy nowadays.
Well, with the app, all you have to do is just pick up your phone now, too. So, be sure and order Drizzly for the holidays. To get in touch with us, call or text us at 609-512-6510. That's 609-512-6510. Hit us up on Facebook or Twitter at Turnpike Sports for both of those. Email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Don't forget to order your 2019 International Bikini Team calendar.
Still waiting for mine. I'm sure it's probably in the mail right now.
Yep, it's coming. So info@internationalbikiniteam.org is the email address to inquire about ordering information. And don't forget, you can now catch the show on your smart TVs through Binge Networks. We're on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV. We're on Binge Networks itself. We have our own little channel there. And please enjoy it on your smart TV as well as on iHeartMedia. And while you're driving, don't forget iHeartMedia has a deal with Waze. You can listen to us while doing your GPS stuff. iTunes also distributes the show. Please subscribe there. Stitcher Radio, YouTube, and head on over to turnpikesportsradio.com and click on the podcast button to listen to this show and every other show we've done so far.
And stick around, because when we come back, it's our picks of the week. I did terrible on my individual picks, but I did...
Picks of the final week.
Picks of the final week. Yeah, week 17 picks. I can't believe the NFL is almost over, but nope, stick around. I did terrible on my individual picks, but I hit a parlay again. You'll hear all about it when we get back with Turnpike Sports. Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from Turnpike Sports with this week's Bet Flash. Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer and Republican Senator Orrin Hatch have introduced legislation so the federal government can control sports betting. The Sports Wagering Market Integrity Act would give the Justice Department power to set minimum standards in order for a state to offer sports betting. Sports betting in Pennsylvania is only a couple weeks old, but the numbers are starting to come in. State regulators have stated that in its first 2 weeks of operation, Hollywood Casino in central Pennsylvania has taken in over $1.4 million in bets. Rivers Casino in Pittsburgh and Sugar House Casino in Philadelphia opened last week, and Parks Casino is scheduled to open in the coming weeks. People are starting to wonder if NBC is getting into the sports betting game. Last week, the network registered several domain names, including NBCSportsbook.com and NBCSportsbooks.com. No word yet on what the network plans to do with the domain names. From the seaside to the desert, from the betting lines to the sites online, Turnpike Sports has got you covered. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Turnpike Sports. You've been hearing me talk about MyPillow and the benefits of using it to get a good night's sleep, alleviate your sore neck and back, and the special deal you can get for MyPillow through the show. Well, not only can you pick up the special deal for 4 MyPillows when you use promo code CARDS, but now you can get $100 off your purchase of the MyPillow mattress. Yeah, that's right, the MyPillow mattress. The MyPillow mattress comes with a 10-year warranty and a 120-day money-back guarantee. The MyPillow mattress is made up of 3 unique layers, providing you the comfort and support to fall asleep and stay asleep all night. It even has the luxurious Dream Soft cover, which is stain-resistant and stays cool all night. Just head on over to MyPillow.com, click on the MyPillow mattress link, and enter promo code CARDS at checkout to get $100 off your order. Or call 1-800-319-7913 to order by phone. That's MyPillow.com, or call 1-800-319-7913 and use promo code CARDS. Better sleep starts with MyPillow.
Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff that will spice up your bedroom is even better. Just go to adamandeve.com and select almost any one item for 50% off, and then we'll load on the free stuff. Just enter this very exclusive code, BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get 10 tantalizing free gifts, including a sexy item for him, a special toy for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. And for your viewing pleasure, 6 free spicy movies on DVD, plus
free shipping.
Always sent in discreet packaging. So go to adamandeve.com now. Get 50% off plus 10 free gifts when you enter the exclusive offer code BABE16. Again, that's BABE16. Because without it, no free stuff. That's BABE16 at adamandeve.com.
We'll get right back to the show, but I want to take a minute to talk to you about Bean Genius. How would you like your coffee delivered right to your door every month, maybe 2 times a month? Well, now that can happen with Bean Genius. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country at beangenius.com. And Bean Genius actually learns their customers' individual taste preferences, then suggests future coffee blends for them. Well, how do they do that? Well, this is the cool thing about Bean Genius. Over at beangenius.com, they use an algorithm which learns the coffee flavors you like and then pairs up what you like with the coffee that they have in stock. And it's all based upon you. Every time you order, the system learns. The system learns your preferences as you go along and order more and more coffee. And now, all our listeners at Turnpike Sports can get a special offer. You head on over to beangenius.com/subscription, and you'll be able to get 10% off your purchase when you use our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E, at checkout. That's 10% off at beangenius.com/subscription with promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. beangenius.com, the smart specialty coffee subscription service.
I'll bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day.
No way.
I'll give you 3-to-1 odds.
No.
5-to-1.
No.
10-to-1.
You're on.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports, and it's our pick segment. And again, I did terrible in my individual picks. I think I was 1-2, but I did hit a parlay, so I'm very happy about that. Doug, how'd you do?
I went 1-1-1.
What? Oh, you pushed.
I had the fences.
What was the? Oh wait, you told me. What? Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. They won. The spread was 7 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they won by 7. So thank you guys for that push.
I got to tell you, Week 17, the two hardest times to bet for me anyway is the NFL Week 1 and the NFL Week 17. Week 1, I don't know what the teams are made of. I don't know how they're going to react to each other. They're kind of still in the preseason mode. And now Week 17, I don't know who's playing because some of these guys already are in the playoffs. Some have already clinched home field. And I don't know if they're starting their actual starters or they're playing the scrubs. So this one's kind of tough. So we'll get through it together. And I just want to remind everyone that this week's Pro Pick segment is sponsored by the Michigan Online Lottery. Choose from over 50 different online lottery games today, including their holiday game, Merry Multiplier, with a top prize of $50,000. All at the Michigan Lottery. And now get 10 free games of Queen of Diamonds when you sign up using our promo code Radio10 at MichiganLottery.com. That's promo code Radio10 at MichiganLottery.com. Must be at least 18 years or older, a Michigan resident, and in Michigan to play online.
And don't forget, as always, what we do here is we pick 3 games each. Sometimes we have a similar game. I think we have one the same this week as well.
Oh, do we? I don't even know.
Yeah, I think we have. Well, we'll get into that after I do this.
I don't know this, people. So
Turnpike Sports blog will be having the picks put up after this show is aired. Head on over to turnpikesportsradio.com, click on the blog button, and you'll see them posted probably about an hour or so after the show is released today. I think starting off, I believe you have a Cleveland-Baltimore game.
I do not.
You do not. What do you? Chicago at Minnesota.
I have Chicago at Minnesota.
We'll start with that.
Okay.
See, this is what happens when we prepare sort of like this.
Well, we want to talk about it like, I don't really want to know what Doug is saying because, he gets more insight or he says something that I didn't think of, which, is really great. So, but I'll start off. Chicago Bears at Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota is favored by 5 points with an over-under of 41. My feeling is the only way the Bears can improve their playoff position is if the 49ers beat the Rams, and I don't think that's going to happen. So, and these games are happening at the same time. So at halftime, if the Rams are blowing out the 49ers, I don't think the Bears are going to be playing their top team, or their starters. So I think this might be an easy win for the Vikings. So I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings and laying the points.
See, I am looking at the Bears as being really good this year. I was surprised at the Bears this year. I didn't think...
that's why we don't talk, so we get these unadulterated feelings.
Yeah, and
these games.
That defense is just impressive every week.
Oh,
just about every week. And I think the Bears are good. They're Super Bowl good, as a matter of fact.
Oh, absolutely. I think so.
And I just like the fact that before the season began, everyone was focusing on how the Vikings were getting Kirk Cousins. And, I think the team's worse. I honestly think the team is worse. It's inconsistent.
They're certainly not gelling.
No. They just I think they got rid of their offensive coordinator too, just not too long ago. So,
but like I said, the only reason I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings is the very strong possibility is that the second half of this game, the starters for the Bears will not be playing. If the starters for the Bears played, certainly I'd consider taking the Bears.
Well,
but even the books are favoring Minnesota. So
I did take the Bears.
Okay, well,
I just think that shot at that number 2 seed at the NFC, I think that is going to be the overriding principle. And I know how everybody else looks at, well, what this team's got to do this. I don't think these guys want to rely on that. I think they want to win, and I really think Minnesota should not have been favored in this thing. I think the only thing everyone's thinking, no, Chicago's not going to play for anything.
Yeah, probably what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but I honestly think
I think it's beneficial that the Bears Vikings game is playing at the same time as the 49ers Rams, so they don't know what they're playing for when this game starts.
Well, somebody's going to have their tablet tuned to the game during this on the sidelines. So
scoreboard watching.
Exactly. All right, next game. I'm going to go talk about the Cleveland Browns at the Baltimore Ravens.
Interesting.
Ravens are a 6-point favorite, and there's an over-under of 41. At the beginning of the season, I noticed, they play every year, but there's never been a more important game for the Ravens right now this season than this. And Cleveland has only lost once since Week 10, and same thing for the Ravens. So they're both coming in playing well, playing extremely well, as a matter of fact, better than anybody anticipated, especially for the Browns. And after getting rid of their head coach and their offensive coordinator, they've been playing great, regardless of what their record says. They've been playing good. I think the fact that the Browns can play spoiler here is going to be enough for the Browns to do a really tough game. They already beat the Ravens earlier this year in overtime. I don't know about the overtime stuff, but I think they keep it close. And if they have that little AFC North mentality, they don't want the Ravens in the playoffs, I think they have a shot at actually winning this game. So I went with the Browns.
Yeah, no, I see. Anytime in December, I go with the team with the best defense, and certainly that's the Ravens. But I certainly see where you're coming from. I think the Cleveland Browns could certainly cover.
Oh yeah, so. if it was a lower spread, I would have gone Ravens. But I just think 6 points is too much.
Okay, my turn now, because I want to get you ready for this one. I'm glad you're sitting down. My next game is the New York Jets at the New England Patriots. New England is favored by 13.5 points with an over-under of 45.5. Look, I want to start it off right now. Patriots are probably winning this game, but 13.5 points is way too much. And I have been loving the way Sam Darnold, the Jets quarterback, has been playing. Okay, last 3 games, passer rating of 106.2, thrown for 764 yards, 6 touchdowns with only 1 interception. Probably not winning, all right? I'm going to say this right now. Probably not winning, but I think that's enough to cover. So, like I said, 13.5 is way too much, and I'm taking the New York Jets to cover.
Well, the only thing I have to say is the only bet I would ever look at doing is the over-under in the number of minutes before Todd Bowles is fired after the game.
Yeah, and again, this is probably Todd Bowles' last game.
Well, he just had the typical Jets game last week against the Packers.
That was heartbreaking. By the way, that was one of the games I lost.
An undisciplined play led to the Packers getting more awake and playing much, much better, and this has been the hallmark of his teams. They're undisciplined. They fall apart in the fourth quarter. They don't know how to play with a lead. And I'll be honest with you. I think this game is going to be decided in the fourth quarter, but I think it's going to be 14 or more points. I really don't see them even coming close.
I think
this.
they're going to keep. I think they're going to keep.
Oh,
close
I would love
because let me tell you something. I think they're going to play hard for Todd Bowles.
But again,
I mean, everyone knows this is the last game.
Again,
so.
this is a case of they're going to fall apart in the fourth quarter. You're going to see two quick scores at the end of the game that are not going to be the offense's fault. It's going to be the defense's fault. You're going to see pass interference. You're going to see holding. You're going to see offside. You're going to see a roughing the passer.
I've seen a roughing the passer in every game. I don't even know what roughing the passer is anymore.
But no, I think it's going to be a typical ending to the Todd Bowles Jets.
Yep.
And they're going to fall apart in the fourth quarter.
Well, as long as they keep it close.
Well, it's only 2 touchdowns, and they haven't come closer to 2 touchdowns with the Patriots in a while. So, my last game of the week, the Dallas Cowboys at New York Giants.
Interesting.
Giants are a 6-point favorite, and there's an over/under 42.5. Look, the Cowboys have been playing really good football over the last couple of weeks, except for that stinker against the Colts.
Sure.
And they're 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games versus the NFC East, 5-2 against the spread overall. Offense has really been doing well since Amari Cooper came in. Even Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, except for the Colts game, are playing really good ball. I just see Dallas really doesn't have too much to play for. They've already locked up their division. They locked up the playoff spot. I think it's going to be a matter of they might want to just beat the Giants in MetLife Stadium to end the year on a good note. So I'm going with the Cowboys.
Interesting. That's a good bet. Let's see how many starters play for the Dallas Cowboys. My last game, I'm sticking with the NFC East. Philadelphia Eagles at Washington Redskins. Philadelphia is favored by 6.5 points with an over-under of 42. Winner go home by the Eagles, and this is a place where Nick Foles has been before, and let's be honest, this is probably his last game with the Eagles, so I think he's going to really want to light it up because he's playing for a contract, let's be honest. But, it's to make the playoffs, they have to win, but also the Bears have to win too. So it's interesting that the Eagles game was moved from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, so they're playing at the same time as the Bears, so I don't think they're going to be scoreboard watching, or they're not going to know the outcome of the Bears game before they start. So, but let's be honest, the Washington Redskins are terrible, absolutely terrible, and I think
they didn't start the season off that way.
I know, but Philadelphia.
What they do, 6-1?
Yeah, but Philadelphia has a lot to play for, and 6.5 points isn't a lot. So I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles and laying the points.
Watching the possible future Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback.
Yeah, probably.
Nick Foles. So see what happens there. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and re-sign him before they let him go. But I don't know if you can do that again.
From all reports, he's looking for $20 million, and I don't think he can do that for a backup quarterback.
No. All right, to recap, I did the Bears, Browns, and Cowboys.
And to recap, mine is the Minnesota Vikings, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Jets, Jets.
And don't forget, the picks will be up on the Turnpike Sports blog after this show is released. Go to turnpikesportsradio.com, click on the blog button, and you will see the picks there. Feel free to comment on them there, Facebook, Twitter, email us, info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Even text or call us, 609-512-6510. That's 609-512-6510.
And I just want to remind everyone that this week's Pro Pick segment is sponsored by the Michigan Online Lottery. Choose from over 50 different online lottery games today, including their holiday game Merry Multiplier with a top prize of $50,000. All online at the Michigan Lottery. And now get 10 free games of Queen of Diamonds when you sign up using our promo code Radio10 at MichiganLottery.com. That's promo code Radio10 at MichiganLottery.com. Must be at least 18 years or older, a Michigan resident, and in Michigan to play online.
And that'll do it for us this year.
This is the last show of 2018. Great year, great fun, great sports.
And enjoy the games this weekend, the last week of the NFL, and start getting ready for the bowl games coming up.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Hey, I want to wish everyone a happy and safe New Year's, and we'll see you next time on the Turnpike.